Well, hello to everybody here. It's Teresa Sanderson. I am very excited to connect with all of you today. We have a wonderful guest with us today on the Nurse Entrepreneur Spotlight. And today I want to welcome Nerissa Malloy. Thank you for joining us.
Hi, Teresa. Thanks so much for having me.
So great to have you here. Yeah. So, for those of you who don't know Nerissa, she's a registered nurse turned business strategist, and she's a powerhouse in healthcare and entrepreneurial circles. She serves as the CEO of J&M Healthcare Solutions and founder of the Unshakable CEO community. She's on a mission to empower women leaders to redefine success and operate at peak performance across industries. Welcome again, Nerissa. So honored to have you.
Thank you. Thank you. And Teresa, thank you for just being obedient to your calling and setting this platform for other entrepreneurs like myself to reach out and give back. So thank you as well.
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. Yeah. So as we get started, I would love for you to just share with us a little bit about your history, your work as a nurse, the kind of settings that you've worked in and that kind of thing.
Sure. So I'm originally from Brooklyn, New York. My parents are from the Caribbean, but born and raised in Brooklyn, New York. And I've been a nurse this year, makes 21 years as a registered nurse.
Woot woot.
Who would have thought, right? But I've done everything from the ER, which was my first love, to home care, IV home infusions, all the way. And that was before now that it's become so popular. I was doing it back then that was
Wow.
part of home care back then. And then I switched, made a pivot to women's services, labor and delivery. And I've been in labor and delivery over 12 years. And I've done case management as well. I think I've dibbled and dabbled in quite a few things. I kind of lost track. But needless to say, I've also did a little bit of adult care. So needless to say, I've kind of experienced the whole gamut from newborn to the geriatric population. So I've done all of that, but I would have never known in my stint of nursing and climbing the corporate ladder from charge nurse to supervisor to manager and director that alongside building my entrepreneurial businesses and endeavors and network marketing, I would have never thought the two would have come together the way it did to help other women in businesses and healthcare and to bridge that gap with the
Wow.
business piece. So, and that's where I am today.
I love that. And, I think your career exemplifies the choices that we have as nurses, right?
Mhm.
And we are blessed to be able to move from one specialty to another to learn something new. And so I just love that, your career really shows that you were able to take that knowledge from each area. And I'm sure probably that has also been woven into what you do today, right? All of those
Absolutely. And I
experiences.
forgot to add that I am a professor too, that I do
Oh,
clinicals. And speaking to students, I did paint they because they're like, oh, I want to do this, but I don't know if I can do this area or I'm not ready yet. I'm like, listen, you have a long way to go in nursing. You can do it later. You can do it, there's so many
mhm.
different avenues, so many specialties to dibble and dabble into. I said, just give yourself at least 3 years first before you jump. Yeah, that's the thing about nursing. It's like sky's the limit.
Yeah, it truly is. It truly is. So years working as a nurse, even as a professor. So what drew you into the world of entrepreneurship? What was the first catalyst for you that sparked that?
So entrepreneurship is in my family. So my grandparents were entrepreneurs. My dad had a cleaning business. My mom had started a computer business back in the days. So it's been in the blood. Like my aunt was real estate, and so when she had her own real estate brokerage and company, we talked about her success in the family. So we saw
Mhm.
firsthand successful entrepreneurs. I have other cousins that have assisted living. So, needless to say, it's in the family. So I wasn't new to it per se. I had an idea, um, but I've always felt like that freedom, that ability to create more, and the opportunity to do so. I've always just dibbled and dabbled. Hey, if there's a way that I can create my lifestyle, have create additional income, who doesn't want that? So I was always
Exactly.
open because I did realize that with nursing, even though I loved it, picking up extra shifts, I wasn't happy with the taxes at all. So
Yep.
either I did agency somewhere else or find other means of bringing in income because I used to get upset with that overtime at one job.
I hear you. I hear you. Yeah, there's so much to factor in. And one of the things my son says a lot, he works in finance and he always will say to me, Mom, you're losing money not doing it. And that's something about being an entrepreneur.
Mhm.
If you don't have some kind of side hustle going on, you really are losing out on a lot of benefits,
Absolutely.
right? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. There's a
Especially
whole
tax
lot in there.
benefits, but yeah.
Yes, for sure. So, what do you enjoy most about
Mm.
working for yourself?
I loved, I love the freedom and the flexibility, of
Uh-huh.
course. I don't have to request time off. And and it may sound cliche, but I'm gonna tell you why. I don't have to ask another department head to cover my unit and try to work all these things out. Last year, 2022, I should say, I became a full-time caretaker for my
Okay.
dad. And to be able to do that without worrying about my phone ringing all hours of the night, who didn't show up for the shift, and all these
Hmm.
different things, the schedule or my pay was
Yep.
short, you know, don't get me wrong, as a leader, that's what you do. But to be able to
Hmm.
manage life and not have to worry about those things, and then to be able to provide care for my dad. And even when he passed, being able to have that time to breathe without worrying about, I have to get back to work. So those are the things that we don't think about when it comes to entrepreneurship. But of course, we have to put the right systems and processes in place to be able to do that. But
Yep.
just knowing that you have that type of flexibility that if I have to take care of a sick person or I have it, it makes
Yes.
a difference. It really does.
I love that. And, it's you're tugging on my own heartstrings there because I know next Monday, right after the Super Bowl, right, we're going to be home for the Super Bowl. But we are leaving. We're taking the RV for a week and we're going to Little Rock, Arkansas, where my parents are in long-term care. That's an
Mhm.
8-hour drive from us. But again, I can work from anywhere. So we'll just move the RV down there and, and it's like I live in town. So I can
Right,
be in town for a week and we can go visit.
right. And be
And
comfortable.
it's those kinds of things are worth their weight in gold, aren't they? It's
Yeah,
just, yeah,
absolutely.
because I agree with you. Those are the things that matter. The things
Yes,
that matter.
money
Hmm.
is everything. I'll never forget, I had a girlfriend that called. She had a double mastectomy, and she called to see if I was available to take her to her first doctor's appointment. And I'm like, yeah, sure. And
Wow.
it's little things like that that makes such a huge difference. Like you said, it's the impact.
Agreed. Agreed. I love that. And so tell me, you and I have been in nursing long enough that we've encountered nurses who are working at the bedside. Maybe they're feeling unfulfilled,
Mhm.
lacking life balance, right? And
Yeah,
struggling with so many things and just wishing that there was more to life, that they could have more, that they could be, I don't know, just be peaceful, right? It's hard to
yeah.
be as a bedside nurse. What is the one piece of advice that you would give to an aspiring nurse entrepreneur who's in that position and just doesn't know how to get started, doesn't know if they can do it or not?
Yeah, that's good. I would say make a decision. That's the first part of my framework because we could have conversations all day, Teresa, about what I
Yep.
want to do, how this my schedule isn't right, and how my assignment isn't okay, and we can go on and on every shift. But if you don't make a decision that you are worth more, you desire more, and that you are equipped for more, and that you're going to just take that leap of faith and go for it, then you're just going to keep staying stuck in that same situation and just
Mm.
complaining. So you have to make a decision that you want to change, you want to do something about it, and just know that on the other side of that fear is where you may find your fulfillment. And if not, there's so many different ways that you can get there, but you have to decide and take that step. And truthfully, if you do not make that decision, that's what's going to keep holding you back. So it starts with that one decision, you making up your mind and saying, I choose me, I choose better. And then it goes from there.
I'm blown away. I'm blown away. I can't tell you how many times I've said the same thing. It all starts with a decision. You
Mhm.
cannot try to start a business. You either do it or you
You
don't.
don't. Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I love it. I love it. Yeah. And that brings the clarity because if I've
Yeah.
decided I'm doing it,
Mhm.
then everything else will fall in line.
Right. And then once you decide and you start doing it, that will also bring more clarity because
Yeah.
when you're in the unknown and you're uncertain, there's so many different nuances, so many things you don't know. And it's not until you actually take that step that you'll begin to see, oh, wow, this is what it looks like. And here's the
Hmm.
thing that I know with nurses, and we both know this,
Yep.
we're trained to, you go to school, you get the education, you pass the boards, then you get your first job, you get a preceptor, and now you start applying everything. But
Right.
with entrepreneurship, it's different. You have to start applying to learn and earn. It's like you have to
Exactly.
do that at the same time. So it's reframing that mindset. And that's where a lot of entrepreneurs get stuck, especially as former employees, because they have the employee mindset that I have to learn before I apply. But
Right.
no, application is how
Yeah.
you learn and earn. So it's shifting that thought process. And that's where a lot of entrepreneurs get stuck, especially coming from an employee background.
So much value in that and so much wisdom. I hope you guys are out there listening because Narissa's dropping some gold in here today. So I think that's incredible. What I would like to do now, Nerissa, is just give you the floor for the next few minutes, chat with our viewers and listeners, if you would, and just let them know how they can connect with you. Any special offers or anything that you have going on, feel free to share those, but the floor is yours, lady.
Yeah, so I just want to touch on real quick about the decision. Again, like I mentioned to Teresa, it's the first part of the framework that as a registered nurse, as nurses, we have so much expertise, so much knowledge, so much experience. We are the everything when it comes to the hospital. We're the pharmacist, we're the secretary, we're the tech, we're the aide. We do it all.
Yeah.
So that expertise is so valuable. And if you feel that you're at a point in your career where, I need to do something different, or you don't feel valued, you have to know and trust and believe your worth, number one, because you paid all that money for that degree, for that education, you paid your dues. There is someone out there that will value and pay you for your expertise, whether it's another institution, an agency, a small business, a corporation, the government. The expertise, the value is needed. And yes, nurses are needed at the bedside. Don't get me wrong, there's a place for everyone, but that
Mhm.
expertise is needed in the community as we're transitioning to being sick at home and caretakers and infant mortality. Like there's so many different things, mental health, so many different aspects where nurses are needed outside of the bedside. So you don't have to punish, you don't have to struggle. Get the resources, ask for help, find a coach that can guide you in the right path so that you don't have to be seeking information all the time and then applying. Learn how you can apply what you already have to start earning and making that impact. So this is my plea to other nurses. If you're unhappy and unfulfilled, there are other options. You just have to reach out, get the help and the tools and the support that you need. So for me, I
Yeah.
created that Unshakable CEO community for the aspiring or new entrepreneurs that feel like, I need a community. I have a business, or I've started, I have an idea, it's established, but I need some other women with like minds around me that we can come together, we can pray, we can partner up, we can refer each other so that not only are we uplifting each other, but we are uplifting our businesses and the community as a byproduct. So that's what the Unshakable CEO community is for, and I'll be opening up doors for the new cohort in April. And otherwise, I have a consulting company. I'm the lead consultant with Jane and Healthcare Solutions, where we work with established entrepreneurs who have small teams that are feeling, again, burnt out, like I'm doing it all, but they just need some guidance in how to create structure, systems, and the right people to support them as they grow their business. So I do offer VIP intensives, operations support, rebranding, revamping your whole systems, those type of things, how to build your team and leadership skills as well. And so we work with small to mid-sized businesses with small teams as well to do that. So That's how I can support you. If you have any questions, you can email me info@nerissamalloy.com, info@nerissamalloy.com if you need services or you just want to have a conversation. That's the fastest way. And I do have a free guide. It's a CEO toolkit, how to delegate effectively. So if you want that free guide, also, you can definitely email me and I'll drop you the link so you'll know how to decide which tasks to delegate so you no longer have to burn yourself out and know who to delegate it to and how to double back and make sure it was done. So I am giving that out to my entrepreneurs as well. So email me info@nerissamalloy.com and I'll be glad to send that over to you.
Fantastic. Oh my gosh, just a wealth of resources and support that's available for nurse entrepreneurs who are looking to grow, looking to scale. So, Nerissa, I cannot thank you enough for sharing some time with us today and letting our community hear from you and what you have to offer. And I love that key point of just decide, make that decision.
It's one decision. That's it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, thank you again for joining us. And for everybody tuning in today, I want to wish you an abundantly blessed week, and we will chat with you again on the next episode. Bye for now.
Everybody, take care.